Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about having a Libra Sun and Libra Mercury in a natal chart. I'm going to elaborate and expound on it. What I'm talking about is having the Libra Sun and Libra Mercury in your chart, having that Sun-Mercury combination in your chart. Anyway, first off, well, the basic character, which is the Sun. In this case, the Sun being in Libra can be very charming, diplomatic, equitable, sociable, refined, and peaceful. And as far as the communication goes, communication is the same. Mercury can be refined, balanced, equitable, persuasive, peaceful, and diplomatic. Libra Sun astrology is connected with our basic wants, and the Libra Sun wants to collaborate with others on projects and endeavors, intellectual sociability, and bounce ideas off others. And Libra Mercury may often talk about legalities, justice, art, relationships, fairness, the true self, which is the Sun. In this case, the Sun being in Libra can be diplomatic, persuasive, and cooperative. And the thinking, which is Mercury being in Libra, can be balanced, but yet sometimes ambivalent and peaceful. And it's the combination as far as how this energy may integrate. The combination of the Libra Sun and Libra Mercury could make a solid mediator, a negotiator. This is a person that may strive for balance, which is Libra, in both body, which is the Sun, and mind, Mercury. Yes, the ascendant is what dominates the appearance and physical body, but the Sun plays a role in that as well. Now with Mercury, if Mercury is placed before the Sun, the thinking may be more premeditative, and the person may often think, which is Mercury, before acting, which is the Sun. Now, if you have the reverse, and if the Sun is positive before Mercury, well, the person may often act, which is the Sun, before thinking, which is Mercury again. Now, this could also shine a light, which is the Sun, so to speak, on communication, which is Mercury, communication ability, if there is a conjunction aspect. Now, a conjunction is 0 degrees, and I use a 10-degree orb if at least one personal planet is involved. In this case, of course, you have two personal planets that would be involved, the Sun and Mercury. And an example would be if the Libra Sun is at 8 degrees and the Libra Mercury is at 11 degrees, that would form a conjunction aspect. And also, when you have a conjunction aspect, it could also give some mathematical skills, affinity for math, and could also give a retentive memory. And being in Libra, it might be retaining a lot of things that are connected with legal matters and justice, and matters that involved negotiation, and just simply ideas that one have may bounced off others. And anyway, now the thing is, the Sun in astrology, okay, is associated with the biological father in at least one, and in children. It's children and the biological father. Now, with the Libra Sun, that could indicate that the biological father and at least one child may actually be a Libra Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or embody those characteristics. Now with the Libra Mercury, Mercury is associated with siblings, cousins, and neighbors. And having a Libra Mercury, a number of those people may actually have a Libra Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or embody those traits. It's also about the perception of these people. Having a Libra Sun, the person may perceive the biological father as somebody that's peaceful, sociable, refined, equitable, charming, and tactful, but at the same time may perceive the biological father and at least one child as people that may be overly ambivalent, indecisive, may put on a superficial charm, want peace at all costs, and really be overly, relationship oriented, could be overly dependent on those, wanting to do things too much with other people rather than being, more self-reliant, independent. Now with the Libra Mercury, it would be the same. You have at least, some siblings or a number of siblings, cousins and neighbors, may be perceived in the same way, peaceful, refined, sociable, charming, tactful, and equitable, but may also perceive, those people as being overly, indecisive, ambivalent, maybe has a superficial charm. People that, are constantly just, it could be just wavering, on issues, wanting to do too much of a need to do things with others as opposed to being more self-reliant and independent, as some examples. And in this combination, naturally you have a double dose of Libra energy. Again, it's a very tactful, diplomatic combination. And the thing about this too is, keep in mind though, you got to look at, contraindicators and modifying influences in the chart. If you have, say this combination, the Libra Sun and Libra Mercury, but let's say you have, an Aries ascendant or Mars conjunct the ascendant as some examples, you may come across a little bit more, maybe a lot more acerbic and outspoken and aggressive than the typical, Libra Sun, Libra Mercury combination. As I stated in my earlier videos, I talked about, pretty much you gotta, look at the whole chart and not just, isolate, one proponent and, make an analysis on it, because the person's the sum, of all the components in the chart, not just one. But anyway, this is a, combination, that again could be very, much about, relationships, because you have the Libra Sun, is connected with what we want. It's associated with the basic fundamental character of the person. And the Libra Mercury, is what, is Mercury's communication. So having Mercury in Libra, I would say, could also indicate, somebody that may want to, often have conversations with those people that they are in relationships with, and especially, the marriage partner or significant other. This could be, a combination, looking at this, the Libra Sun, is about, having, just their balance in their life. The Sun is connected with the life in astrology. Libra Mercury, it's being in an air sign. It's actually, it's not in its dignity, of course, but Libra Mercury being in an air sign, it's still, I would say, overall, it's a good placement for it, because the mind can be very, balanced. And you have, having a Libra Mercury though on the negative side, the person, on the positive side, the person can be very good, adept at negotiating matters. But when you look at this as well, it can also show a lot of, again, that ambivalence and indecision, and it could, person, may often not capitalize on opportunities as a result of the ambivalence and indecisiveness. So it's important, just to look at all, things in natal placements, because they all, have good and bad qualities. Even if you have, planets or, in their, dignity or exaltation, there's still, it's not always, good. There's good and bad with all of them. And even the placements, that are in their detriment fall can have, some positive in them as well. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.